good, y'all? What's up with it? Ow! It's your girl Poppy, and we back on the last episode of Poppy's Unpopular Opinion. That's right, you heard me correctly. This is the last episode that you're gonna know this channel as Poppy's Unpopular Opinion. In these past 2 years that I've had Poppy's Unpopular Opinion, I didn't realize how much of a stress relief and how much of a safe zone that my YouTube channel was going to turn into for me. This is something that I love to do. This is something that I enjoy. And if you support me, if you tell your friends about me and tell your friends' friends about me and tell anybody that you know about Poppy's Unpopular Opinion in these past 2 years, it means more than you could ever know. The video today is going to be the real, raw, unedited version of Poppy. I'm going to tell you guys the real story behind these scars on my hand. Around this time last year, I was going through my first surgery on this right hand that you see here. And I actually posted a video about how God tested my faith through that trial. So honestly, you need to go back and watch that video, which I'm going to link in one of these corners. You need to go watch that video first because this is going to just pick up right where that one left off, literally after I finish this sentence. September of 2018, it's 2019 now. I took a full load of classes. I did my extracurriculars. I started an on-campus organization with my friends. I continued to put my face out there and go to these events and things like that. But what's crazy is that I would go to these classes. I remember this too. And a lot of my classes were lecture-based. I remember asking my professors, are you going to post these notes online? Are you going to go slow in class? Am I going to be able to keep up with everybody else in the classroom? Because writing notes with my dominant hand was just something that I wasn't able to do 2018 spring semester. And that after going through that surgery and thinking I was going to be okay, I wanted to be able to excel in my classes. And so it's funny because I put myself back into my regular routine as if I was healthy and able, and that a few more weeks of therapy and I would be fine. But it didn't work out like that. I go to therapy one day and I see these bumps in my hand. And I'm like, there's no way that these tumors are back. But my hand is hurting. So a few more weeks go by, we get to the beginning of November, my hand's hurting more. I'm telling my physical therapist, this doesn't look okay. She goes, well, maybe over Thanksgiving you need to go back to your surgeon and see him. I set up an appointment with my surgeon, Dr. Knight, in South Lake. I go to Dr. Knight, he looks at my hand, he's like, yeah, that's really weird. Do they hurt? Pain isn't just something that kills me at this point. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, yeah, it hurts, but it's not bad. And so he's like, well, you know what? Let's just get you through your semester. You get home for Christmas break. Let's get you into another MRI. When I went home for Christmas break, I was like, Mom, I need an MRI. Like, I know I do. I think it was scheduled for the 28th. So it was literally like 3 days after Christmas. Christmas break was hard because I'm trying to put this into words. I'm honestly like, this is really hard to put into words. The whole time I just had such a horrible feeling like in my stomach, and this is not fair. Like that was kind of what my mindset was. I felt like God was just like letting this happen to me again, right? So we're going through Christmas and I'm trying to be in a good mood and I'm trying to be okay, but I'm really sad. So I do my MRI. I looked at my mom and she like pretty much had tears in her eyes. And I was like, okay. He looked at my results. He says, you have 3 more tumors in your hand, all in my middle finger. I said, how can 3 more tumors pop up in one finger? Like literally, my hands are not that big, y'all. Like I was looking at my hands like, I don't understand how this is happening. And he's like, You have two options. You can get these tumors out now, or you can like do your whole spring semester, and then next summer you can just get these out and keep it pushing. I look at him and I'm like, these are painful. Get these out as soon as possible. And he goes, all right, next week. We get to the surgery, and I did not want to do it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I did everything in my power to not go to the hospital that day. Like, I woke up, I didn't even sleep that night. We got a hotel because my surgery was in Argyle. Like, this is how much I did not want to do this. I didn't take any pictures in the hospital, no videos in the hospital. I wasn't thinking about making a YouTube video about it. I wasn't thinking about doing anything for this surgery. That's why I don't have any clips. Like, for the first video, if you watched it, I had clips, I had tapes and films and all that kind of thing just to remember the moment. But this one, I didn't want to remember it. I didn't want to do it. I literally at that point was just like defeated. Like, I was just completely done. One thing I do remember that was super vivid of that day is I was laying in a hospital bed getting ready to go into surgery, and I have to close my eyes so I don't get emotional. But I was getting ready to go into the surgery, and I was laying there and I just started crying. And my mom was on her phone doing something, and I was just laying there just crying. And she looks up and she's like, what are you crying for, girl? What's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. We just leave? I was like, can you sneak me out, please, Mom? Like, I don't want to do this. And she like stood up and she wiped my tears, and she was like, you gotta go through this, Poppy. I don't know why. You don't know why. But all of this is happening for a reason. And one day you're gonna understand that reason, and God is going to reveal that to you. My surgery was January 7th, 2019. January 7th, 2019. My first surgery was July 20th, 2018. So from July to January, literally 6 months, in less than a year, I had did 2 surgeries on the same hand. After the surgery, I think I had to wait a week and a half until I started therapy. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I told y'all this is real raw Poppy. I cried every single night from post-surgery to therapy, because of just how bad I wanted to be okay. I wanted to be okay with having to do all of this process again. I wanted to be okay with healing myself. I wanted to be okay with not being okay. Oh my gosh. And so I was so scared. I was like, I do not want to do therapy no more. These people give me anxiety. My first experience with physical therapy was horrible. Y'all, my dad called this physical therapist place and was like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the last woman that helped my daughter when she got through with her surgery was not it. And he went off on these people. I can't even repeat what he said because I don't remember, because it was just that legendary. I was like, my dad is awesome. He is legendary. He got my back. He loved me, man. He loved me. Do your daddy love you like my daddy loved me? That's how I felt, you know? They're like, look, we don't want this to be a traumatic experience for you. I was like, thank you, because I've been through too many of those. And so, long story short, the second guy that I went to was amazing. He was great there, great PT, actually occupational therapist. Let me get this right. I had an occupational therapist, not a physical therapist, but I just keep saying physical therapy because that's just like the first thing that thinks. Anyways, it's late, y'all. Don't judge me. So he was a great occupational therapist. He worked with me, not against me. I think I actually got a lot more done with him than I had at any other physical therapist place that I've been to. I almost don't even have to think about using it or doing anything with it, which is great. It's a blessing.
High five, Jesus.
After going through all that, I realized that any and everything that we do is a blessing from the Lord. If you are a believer and you watch my channel, that's just something that I kind of want to remind you guys of. Because sometimes it can be easy to take the small things for granted, like writing, reading, texting, picking things up like this. There's a time when I couldn't even hold a bottle in my hand. But I think now, going through all of that, he wanted me to stop and to take a break. Because when you get in college, it's so easy to get wrapped up and entangled in the college life. And you kind of forget about life outside of that. Trust me, I've had quite a few wake-up calls. But I think they were definitely needed for me. And I think it's given me everything necessary that I need to finish my senior year strong. My story is quite unique because it's hard to imagine not having the use of something that you've had your entire life. So it's just something that a lot of people don't understand. And it's okay because it's not for other people to understand. It's for me and my God too. And he's the only reason I've gotten this far. He's the only reason I am who I am. Everything that I do, everything that I am belongs to him. And I hope that if you are a faithful follower of mine, a faithful subscriber, you watch what I do on Instagram or anything like that, or the events that I host, or the organizations that I'm involved in, I hope that you look at those as not me, because I don't want any of the recognition for those. If I get it, I appreciate it and I thank you for it, but I always give that thanks back to Christ.
You guys got to see the real, raw, unedited version of Poppy. It's a little edited, because it was a lot of dead space up in there. I didn't want it to just be a 50-minute long video. You know what I'm talking about?
Like I said in the beginning of this video, it's the last time you're gonna know this channel is Poppy's Unpopular Opinion. I hope you guys are still rocking with me. I will see y'all when my channel hits 2 years. Y'all gonna see a whole new revamp. Oh, I almost burped. See, that's why I don't be drinking water like this. Share this video. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family about it. Tell everybody you know about Poppy's Unpopular Opinion, because I want to get these subscribers up before I come back for 2 years. It's your girl Poppy signing off. Peace, love, and blessings. Remember to live your life with #allsmiles.